What's up, y'all? Hey, we're back at episode 5 of KinnPorsche, and last episode ended with a bang, but it was on very shaky grounds. Kinn finally got what he wanted, Porsche's ass, and I wonder if he is proud of himself. Let's hop into the aftermath of that hot and steamy night. I hope this isn't a thing where Kinn is constantly taking advantage of an incapacitated Porsche. Not cool. This is the second time that happened in this series already. This episode starts off with the atmosphere really off, really low. Kinn looks guilty and worried as fuck, and yes, you messed up, bro. And oh my gosh, y'all, my baby Porsche, he is in the bed looking so just, I can't even explain. He just was raped by his boss that he doesn't like and who is mean and has the power like over him and his job and stuff like that. He asks Kinn basically, what happened to me? And Kinn is absolutely ass trash back here. He only tells Porsche that he was drugged and that Kinn, got there in time and basically saved him. But he forgot to mention, hey Porsche, I only got there in time enough to rape you myself. I hate that I have to say it like that, but it is what it is. I hate Kinn for real this episode, okay? Clearly, Porsche knows people are targeting him, and it's because of Kinn. And, you know, Porsche's cute face, but it's because of Kinn. And when Kinn asks Porsche if he's okay, because clearly he has a guilty conscience, and, you know, the usually spunky, happy, well-to-do Porsche says to leave him alone, Kinn royally fucked up. But Kinn only just makes matters worse. He keeps making it worse. Also, Kinn decides to just feel some type of way for some reason. Like, what a big douche. I would have walked up to Korn and told him I want out immediately. Fuck all of this shit. See me and my little brother packing and with a little bit of money, and don't bother us at all again. Porsche is so hurt and so confused, like dazed, not even in his right mind. So baby, aka Kim, goes home and is immediately interrogating his dad about the new bodyguard and why he sent Big to bother him instead of letting Big take care of Kinn. To me, in this scene, I get the feeling that the dad would much rather Kim run the family business instead of Kinn. But why? I cannot tell like what in this interaction exactly has me feeling that way. But we all know that Kim is more formidable and calculating than his other two brothers. Kind of like a psychopath a little bit. And I don't know, it might just be me. So in the next scene, Kinn and Porsche arrive back at the compound, and Kinn knows he fucked up bad. He tells Porsche, you know, hey, you can take tomorrow off too if it makes you feel better. And he just keeps like looking at him. I bet you that ride must have been just seething when those two came from the hotel. Like, I can't. If I were Porsche, I would have told Korn. I would have been like, Korn, I quit. Your son had his way with me, and I don't want anything to do with you all. And pay me for my pain. Korn immediately wanted to see Kim when he arrived. His dad already kind of knew that he fucked up and he wasn't going to work that day. His father can already see that Kinn is falling in love with Porsche because he is treating him more special than the other guys. And didn't Vegas warn us before? He was like, hey, you did this before with that other dude. You just don't want your heart broken. And Korn can see that Kinn isn't focused at all either. So I just want to know what had happened in the past. And to me, that goes back to my theory that Korn actually wants the little brother Kim to run the business because he's more like focused than the other two brothers. So yes, so we learned that Kinn actually did do something like this before, getting involved with one of their workers. And you see his father is making him be a gangster when Kim really wants to be soft. So he is going to have to turn the heat up on Porsche. His dad is like, you gotta discipline your men. In the next scene, there's little interaction between Kinn and Kim, aka Wick, outside. We learn that Baby likes to snoop, spy, and he's very, very, very nosy, as we can tell. And pause. Why does Kinn seem baked? Like he seem high as hell sometimes. It must be fun being crazy, okay? I might should start playing crazy too. It can get you out of a lot of stuff. Lord, I don't know, these two. They're so different. One is so outlandish and the other is so mysterious and like just bold and cold. But anyway, Kim decides to call Porsche and ask him, does he still want those guitar lessons? The next scene is Punishment Day. Kinn tells Kinn and Big to punish Porsche, and they will love more than anything to take their anger and their jealousy out on Porsche. Like, I know Kinn didn't really want to punish Porsche. His dad made him do it, but it's like the wrong time. You just raped him, bro. That's enough to break a person. And the scene when Porsche is like crying in the bathroom right before Pete walked in, flashbacks and the snippets that he can like barely remember, because remember he was like black out, just poisoned, and to have to work for your tormentor, no. Then Porsche goes to ask, because you know he has to ask, to go to a party with Kinn at Yall's bar, and Kinn, he's just acting so like nonchalant. He's like, next time, don't bother me with these trivial matters. Just go to the party. Then, what pissed me off more than anything is that Kinn had another boy toy walk in right when Porsche was in there. Like trash, like basura. Like, words cannot explain how nasty Kinn is in that moment. I don't care what your dad says. There is no reason to stoop that low and treat Porsche this bad. Diabolical when Porsche did nothing. So at the party, Porsche tries his hardest to have a good time, and then he makes sure that the boys are enjoying themselves as well. And Yall, being the matchmaker that she is, tries to hook Porsche up with a girl at the club who was looking at him. So Porsche tries to have sex with the girl, try to hook up with her, as Kinn is trying to have sex with his new boy toy. But lo and behold, neither one can perform. They keep thinking about each other. And let me tell you this. They fucked each other up in two totally different ways. But they're still both fucked up. But unluckily, or maybe luckily for the time being, here comes Vegas, and he, Porsche, and Vegas go on a motorcycle ride. And Porsche enjoys himself. It's needed in this moment. It's needed at this time. Even though Vegas is the devil himself, sometimes people just need to pick me up, okay? So the boys are bringing Kinn's drunk self inside, and Kinn is sitting at the counter drinking his little like scotch or whatever. Like, just fuck everyone else. He is immediately like, where is Porsche? And then when Pete tells him that Vegas wanted to see Porsche at Yall's, oh hell, I just feel so sorry for Porsche. Like, fuck Kinn in this moment. And it's also fuck Vegas too, all the way. But I will say that it looked like my baby Porsche had a great time on that motorcycle ride. And I was so happy to see him smile, like so happy, even in the clutches of that devil. Only for a while. If he smiles, only for a while. Not gonna lie, I do love how Vegas is Kinn's kryptonite in the beginning of this series. I could imagine that he is going through something similar with his own dad and the Minor family, if not worse. All that matters in this moment, however, though, is even though he caused Porsche's rape, he was a good that Porsche needed in this moment. But only in this moment. Then, when Porsche got back inside the compound, he should have just went to bed. But no, he just had to go and wake up his abuser, only to be met with a gun and to be abused some more. And of course, Kinn was mad that his Porsche hung out with Vegas. Porsche said, I asked you and you said don't bother you with trivial matters. Kinn is like, they are not to be trusted, talking about the Minor family. Then Porsche said, At least he didn't harm me. False, but go off. And then how Kinn responds is just another, like, just low for Kinn. He says, "Are you saying that I hurt you?" Like, how the fuck dare you? And then this motherfucker says to Porsche, "Your life is mine. I can do whatever I want." When I tell y'all, I yelled when I saw that part. I was so angry. I feel like I had just like smoke come out of my ears when he said that. Y'all know how much I hate people treating other human beings as property, okay? Even Porsche had to just pause at the sheer audacity. And Porsche said, "Do it then." And me, I was like, "Do what? Excuse me, do what? What are we doing?" Kinn wouldn't dare touch a hair on Porsche's head, knowing what he did to Porsche. He wouldn't, because he loves him, no matter how much he wants to deny. He loves Porsche, and that would solidify losing Porsche forever. If he was to sit there and try to rape Porsche again, that's it. That's done. Plus, what was Kinn gonna do? Was he gonna rape him right there out in the open, out in the foyer for people to potentially see? I mean, he might have, but like, hell no. Then in the next scene, in a whole new world, we see Kim and Porsche start their guitar lessons. Ken is, let's say Ken girl. Their names are so similar. Kim is probing Porsche for information on Porsche. Just like Porsche and Porsche. Well, I don't know. I just like that one better than Ken and Kim. Kim is probing Porsche for information on Porsche, and it is so sad that this pretty man is using the hell out of this baby. I am telling you, these brothers are just, man, they're just so, just diabolical. And his creep almost slipped as well. He was like, "Oh, let's sing a song about your brother." Porsche was like, "How you know I have a brother?" He is so slick. He wants him to write a song about Porsche, giving him details about his brothers, what kind of person he is. And he also snoops through Porsche's phone. Like, come on, sir. You really are crazy, boy. He really is his father's son. And y'all, I just can't stand Kim at this point either. And the two do create a little bop together. And it's a good song, I'll say that. Anyway, next scene. Korn wants to speak with Porsche next. He asks Porsche, "How you doing? It's been a while. I ain't talked to you since you really got here that much." And Porsche is straight up with him. He's like, "I am not doing okay." And Korn is surprised when Porsche asks if he can take care of someone else, anyone else, but Kinn. And of course, we can all understand why. So Porsche goes home for a little bit, and he sees his baby brother. And this is what Porsche needed, really, is just to clear his head and to see his family, the only family that he got, And Korn, he gave Porsche a week off just to think about whether he wants to remain Kinn's bodyguard. And let me tell y'all, in this moment, as soon as he took that week off, I was like, they need to fucking run. Like, Porsche, grab Porsche and run for the hills. That family is crazy. Go into hiding, leave everything and just run. And Lord, Kinn is so obsessed with Porsche, okay? Kinn can't even give Porsche 1 week off without bothering him. While Porsche is enjoying a hot pot with his friends, Kinn shows up to his house. It is so awkward because his friends, they start talking shit about Kinn and like the job, just everything that Porsche kind of was venting to them about. And they don't realize that Kinn is the person that they're actually talking about, and he's sitting right in front of him. Yo. And then Kinn doesn't get the hint to like get the fuck away. Like, he don't feel Porsche's vibes, and so he stays the entire time. Of course the friends are being cordial, but like Porsche just doesn't want it. He doesn't want him around. Like, he couldn't even go a full day without giving Porsche the blues and going to his home. What a dick. After John and the other friend leave, it's time to drop the pleasantries. Why are you here? the conversation, oh Lord, the conversation was so ass. I can't stand Kinn in this episode. He only said sorry for punishing Porsche. Take your sorry and shove it up your ass. Porsche wasn't hearing it either. He was clearly, he clearly wanted to be as far away from Kinn as humanly possible. Then Porsche heard something. And then they got kidnapped. Like, y'all, my baby Porsche can't even go on a small week's break without things going up in flames. And you know who it's all due to? Kinn.